Stop waiting. You are waiting for a sign. You are waiting for the right moment. You are waiting to find yourself, as if your true identity is hidden under a rock somewhere, just waiting to be discovered. But what if I told you that the person you are looking for does not exist? Not yet. If you feel lost, if you feel like you are just drifting through life, waiting for permission to be great, listen closely. This perspective will shift your entire reality in the next 5 minutes. Part 1. The illusion of circumstance. The greatest lie we tell ourselves is that we are victims of our environment. We look at our lives, our empty bank accounts, our stalled careers, our unhappy relationships, and we say, "This is just the hand I was dealt." We wait for the world to change so that we can finally be happy. But George Bernard Shaw, the sharp-tongued playwright and Nobel laureate, shatters this illusion with a single, undeniable truth. People are always blaming their circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances. It is a brutal awakening. If you are not where you want to be, it is not because the world is against you. It is because you are accepting the world as it is. Shaw tells us, "The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want. And if they can't find them, make them." This is the fundamental difference between the mediocre and the great. The mediocre man waits for an open door. The great man builds the door. You must stop asking for permission. You must stop waiting for the right opportunity. As Shaw commands, don't wait for the right opportunity. Create it. This requires a radical shift in mindset. You must become what Shaw calls the unreasonable man. He famously observed, "The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man." Being reasonable is safe. Being reasonable means following the rules, staying in line, and keeping your head down. But being reasonable leaves you invisible. If you want to change your life, you must be willing to be unreasonable. You must be willing to demand more from yourself than the world expects of you. You must understand that progress is impossible without change. And those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. If you are holding on to old beliefs, old excuses, and old identities, you are anchoring yourself to the past. You cannot build a new future with the tools of the past. Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. You must be fluid. You must be willing to destroy who you were yesterday to give birth to who you could be tomorrow. Part 2. The burden of liberty and the glory of action. Once you accept that circumstances are irrelevant and that you are the architect of your fate, you face a terrifying reality. If you are in control, then you have no one left to blame. This is why so many people run from their own potential. Shaw pierces right through our defenses. Liberty means responsibility. That is why most men dread it. We say we want freedom. We say we want to be our own bosses. But true freedom is heavy. It requires you to own every success and every failure. And speaking of failure, this is where most people stop. The fear of making a mistake paralyzes them. They would rather do nothing than risk looking foolish. But a life of safety is a wasted life. Shaw argues that a life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. Do not fear the mistake. Fear the stagnation. Fear the silence of a life unlived. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. You are here to learn, and learning is a messy process. You will fall. You will stumble. But he who can, does. He who cannot, teaches. Be the one who does. Be the one in the arena, not the one commenting from the sidelines. You must realize that life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. This is the core of Shaw's philosophy. You are not a fixed object. You are a project. You are a work of art in constant progress. And how do you create yourself? Through imagination and will. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire. You will what you imagine. And at last, you create what you will. But imagination without action is just a dream. You must act. You must decide. The possibilities are numerous once we decide to act and not react. Most people spend their lives reacting to bad news, reacting to other people's moods, reacting to the economy. When you react, you are a slave to the event. When you act, you are the master of the outcome. And in this pursuit, do not let age or time be an excuse. Youth is wasted on the young, Shaw jokes. But the deeper lesson is that vitality is a choice, not a number. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. Keep your spirit alive. Keep experimenting. Keep pushing boundaries. Part 3. The wisdom of connection and contribution. Finally, as you build this strong, unreasonable, active self, you must learn how to navigate a world full of other people. You are creating yourself, but you are not doing it in a vacuum. Be careful with what you absorb. Beware of false knowledge. It is more dangerous than ignorance. In an age of information overload, this is more true than ever. Protect your mind. Better keep yourself clean and bright. You are the window through which you must see the world. If your mind is clouded with negativity, jealousy, or triviality, the whole world will look dark to you. And when you interact with others, drop the illusions. The biggest trap we fall into is thinking we are being understood. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Do not assume. Speak clearly. Listen deeply. And remember the power of ideas. If you have an apple, and I have an apple, and we exchange these apples, then you and I will still each have one apple. But if you have an idea, and I have an idea, and we exchange these ideas, then each of us will have 2 ideas. Growth comes from exchange. But be discerning. Don't waste your energy on those who are committed to misunderstanding you. I learned long ago never to wrestle with a pig. You get dirty. And besides, the pig likes it. Protect your peace. Walk away from pointless battles. Be wary of those who hide their true intentions. The silence of a smiling man is one of the most dangerous things in the world. Look for authenticity. Look for those who contribute. A gentleman is one who puts more into the world than he takes out. Ultimately, what is the goal of all this self-creation? Is it happiness? Is it getting everything you want? Shaw offers a sobering thought. Life contains but two tragedies. One is not to get your heart's desire. The other is to get it. Satisfaction is fleeting. The goal is not to get things. The goal is to be used for a mighty purpose. To burn brightly until the very end. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die. For the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is not a dress rehearsal. You do not have time to be timid. You do not have time to wait for the perfect circumstances. We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future. Take that responsibility today. Look in the mirror. You use that glass to see your face, but you use works of art to see your soul. Make your life your greatest work of art. Take care to get what you like, or you will be forced to like what you get. The choice is yours. Create yourself, or be created by the world. If George Bernard Shaw's sharp wisdom has cut through the noise and sparked a fire in you today, show us your support. Like this video to affirm that you are taking responsibility for your life. Share this with someone who needs to stop waiting and start creating. And comment below. Which quote hit you the hardest? Are you the reasonable man or the unreasonable man? Let us know. Subscribe to the Radio Quotes for more timeless wisdom to guide your journey. Thank you for watching. Now, go create yourself.